Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your television sets, your Facebook feeds, your YouTube streams. Do not adjust them at all. I am live here tonight, mustache hair, to go over a special edition podcast, the WrestleMania edition. You're getting an extra night of content for free. Wait a minute. It's always free. But tonight, we are on the eve of WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40. 40 WrestleManias have now arrived here in the world that we enjoy. I'm just gonna share this real quick on the page, which I hope all of yous are sharing, subscribing to the On the Money Sports Facebook page, the On the Money Sports fan forum, the On the Money Sports YouTube channel as well. It's all free. Subscribe, and you will be updated as soon as we go live every Wednesday night at 8:15 Eastern Time. So, tomorrow night, it's WrestleMania 40. It's turned into a 2-night event. There's a lot of matches, as I posted in the first comment. I wish I was able to space bar everything, but I'm not the greatest all the time. What I can say is that night one's pretty loaded. Night two's pretty solid as well. It's a 2-night event. They pretty much got this idea from All Japan Pro Wrestling or New Japan Pro Wrestling, whatever, because of Wrestle Kingdom that they do in January, which is a 2-day event. So WrestleMania, WWE, Vince McMahon at the time just thought this was a better way to do this, and it kind of is, because there's times where WrestleMania starts at like 7 o'clock, and then it wouldn't end till like 1 o'clock. You're talking about like almost 8 hours of continuous action. And now, it's 2 days, 5 hours apiece, which is cool because it's spread out. But the bigger deal is it also gets a lot of the roster on. So a lot of the roster gets to be on the card. A lot of the roster gets to participate. And it's something to watch for. And, more talent has more time. There's no matches getting cut. Everybody has time. At the same time this is going on, I do have SmackDown playing in the background. One of those contests tomorrow night is Santos Escobar and Kandam versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. Right now, I think they're going to be writing Dragon Lee out of that match tomorrow because he's holding his arm like he was jumped. And I'm going to put some money on it that Carlito Cool is the one who took him out. And Carlito's about to turn heel. Just saying. Right now, they're at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. And, we're getting everything in. Oh, let me lower down. I'm hearing myself. What up, Rob? Carlito, now that's cool. Listen, I'm telling you, I think Carlito's turning heel. I didn't like the way he looked last week when he told his son that his partner was Dragon Lee. Carlito looked down and like, yo. So if you really paid attention to that, seeds were put last week. Me personally, I'd have been fine with a Kandam and a Rey Mysterio rematch. The two of them really haven't faced each other since then. I would have appreciated that more. I'm still of the matter that I believe Don should have went. Dom should have went over last year. There was no need for Ray to go over. But I get it. They inducted him into the Hall of Fame, so they didn't want him to lose. Yada yada yada. I'm not looking forward to that match at all. I'm sorry. It's just not getting me going. It's not something I want to see. I'm cool if that match was like before the actual pay-per-view, if it was like a free-for-all. Remember that? The WWE free-for-alls? But yeah, I'm not interested in that match. I'm sorry, guys. Don't be mad at me. Another match for night one is Jade Cargill's WWE debut. Teaming up with Bianca Belair, Naomi going against Damage Control, Asuka, Kairi Sane, is it? I hope I got that right. And the other one, Dakota Kai. And that's another match I'm not looking forward to. Sorry. Jade Cargill I'm a big fan of. I think she's going to be a superstar. I think, people want to clown AEW a lot, which deservingly so. They do earn a lot of the shit they do. Like some of the botches, some of their story or lack of storylines. But one thing I will say, they booked Jade Cargill right the entire time she was with the company. Her whole undefeated streak. They kept her undefeated longer than what I read was because Chris Statlander had gotten hurt. But regardless of the fact, Jade Cargill was booked to the moon in that company. The rocket was strapped to her back, and she was over. I just think she's going to become now like world renowned. Like she's already a star, but now she's going to become in a higher echelon. Because, it was interesting to think about earlier today, if you were watching the Pat McAfee show, which I was on break. Triple H was the first guest, which was perfect. I got to watch the whole Triple H segment with Pat McAfee on the show. And what Triple H said today was very, very, he meant to get it out there. So what he said is, he basically, if you're young and you're in this business and you're not grinding and you're not looking to be on the grind and you just want a relaxed schedule, then this ain't the place to be. Then I don't want you. So I'm pretty sure that was a shot to Okada. That was a shot to Jay White. That was a shot to Will Ospreay. And hell, it might have even been a shot to MJF. We don't know. The fans were chanting MJF's name during Triple H's interview on the McAfee show, and he didn't even acknowledge it, although Pat acknowledged it to a degree. But he took Cargill. Cargill knows that, the schedule's going to be the schedule, and, she's going to have the rocket strapped to her, and she's going to be booked, and she's going to be booked hard. So I expect her to have a great showing. I expect her to dominate that match. And I expect her to be the one that gets the pinfall. So that match, those are two matches already and it's sad because a lot of this card wasn't booked properly. And I'm going to catch heat for that. I'm going to say the two main events were booked perfectly. Had the right attention on them, had the right storylines, the right moments, the right promos. It has been on cue. I feel as though the Drew McIntyre Seth Rollins match has not been booked well. Excuse me. I think booking Rollins into this main event night one really hurt the build of him and McIntyre, which sucks because this should be like a banger, I think. I'm going to get to my thoughts on that match in a little few, but I just want to point out the booking of this. Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch has caught on the last couple weeks, so that's been booked well. The ladder match is just a bunch of names thrown in there. Speaking of the ladder match, the Undisputed Tag Team Championships are on the line in a 6-pack challenge. So far, the competitors, of course, are Priest and Balor, R-Truth and Miz, Ciampa Gargano, Kingston Woods, Theory Waller. There's been a lot of talk that Theory Waller might not actually be in this match. They might be taken out. That's according to Dave Meltzer, who knows everything. I'm looking forward to that match because I know that match has been booked, to me hasn't been booked properly, but I do know I'm a very big fan of Damian Priest. I love the fact that they're booking him great. I fully expect him to cash in either Saturday night. Well, it can't be Saturday night because you're going to get McIntyre Rollins, but he's going to cash in either Sunday or Monday. You can believe that. That is going to happen. You also got to look at the fact that with this ladder match, you got Kingston Woods, especially Kofi Kingston. This is going to be crazy. He's going to create spots that you're never even going to think of. It's going to be some off-the-wall type stuff, and we're going to be sitting back and wow. If you've listened closely to Michael Cole lately, he has stated, I know I caught it. I don't know if they've started to ignore it, but I know I caught it when he said both tag titles need to come down. So it assumes from what I'm gathering is even if the Raw tag titles come down, the match is not over. The SmackDown titles still need to be brought down. So what I'm anticipating is 2 different winners in this ladder match and the title belts being separated again like they should be. I believe the WWE has enough talent on their roster, just like in 02-03, and they need to go with this split hard body. You need the world champ on one show. You need the WWE champ on another. IC, US, tag, women's. They need to be separated, and they don't need to cross paths until WrestleManias, SummerSlams. There should be no unification, but those rosters need to be split, and they need to be committed to it. So I'm hoping with the tag team championships, it is finally where it needs to be. We finally get this hard split, and we leave it at that. And looks like Andrade was playing condom in the rest of everybody, and he has just helped Rey Mysterio right now. So, and of course, it makes sense too if you think about it. Andrade and Vega were together when they first came up to the roster, so it made sense that Idolo would turn on them. I knew something was up. Andrade just didn't mix with Judgment Day at all. So I think that ladder match is going to be really good. Really, really good. The Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus Sami Zayn. That's another match I don't think was properly booked. I like Sami Zayn, but he's not the man that should be in this match. It should be Chad Gable. Chad Gable deserves to be in this match. I feel as though Chad Gable would have probably done a better job in this match. The story was there. Gunther and Gable, it's been written, it's been shown, and to me, that was what I was really looking forward to, and I didn't get it, and I wasn't happy. So I'll say that much. But Sami Zayn's a big-time player, and I expect Sami Zayn to show up. Gunther is just on another level right now. I fully anticipate Gunther keeping the Intercontinental title. I don't see Sami getting it. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you guys weren't hoping that was going to happen. But it should be a very good. It's going to be underdog versus Dave versus Goliath type. Gunther's really going to put the hurt on him. Sami's going to have the hell of a comeback and just going to fall short. That's what I think is going to transpire. Just need to check one thing, y'all. That's funny. Another good thing to come out of this weekend, again, like I said, is Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley. Rhea has been a monster for the company since winning the Women's Championship. But when I think about it, too, which kind of sucks, and it's not her fault, her reign hasn't been as awesome. Like, it started out really good, and then it just flat-walled. However, I'm also not ready for another Becky Lynch run, too. So I'm hoping that Becky finds a way to win. You know, I don't care how it's done, but I'm not Becky. Rhea, I hope Rhea wins. Like I said, I'm tired of a Becky Lynch title run. There's no need for another Becky Lynch title run. Let's keep the belt on Rhea, and let's really get after Rhea. Let's really get after some memorable matches. Get some good matches. Like, there's talent on this roster. There's females on here that can really go, and that's what we need to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see her with a real positive run on that fact. Let's see the next. And, of course, the big match. The tag match. The mega powers of the modern era. Roman Reigns. The Rock versus Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. It should be everything that it's going to be billed as. It's probably going to be overbooked. There's no doubt about that. The Bloodline's going to interfere. Jimmy, Solo, maybe even Tama Tonga will probably get his debut. That match is probably going to be it's not going to be scientific, people. If you're looking for a classic scientific match, you're not going to get it. You're going to get a nice old-fashioned brawl. Heels versus baby faces. Rock is on an amazing roll right now with his whole heel run. Hollywood Rock is back. He's been amazing. His promos have been on fire. The whole Mama Rhodes thing is crazy. That's just going to keep getting better. Roman, it helps Roman too that it's a tag match since he's got to work both nights, and he hasn't done that. It's a tag match, so there's not going to be much stress on the body. The same goes for Cody and Seth because they're going to have some big matches the next day too, and it's good for their bodies. You don't want it to be totally it's going to be physical. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. It's going to be a very physical matchup. I expect weapons. I expect someone to get color. No doubt about it. There's going to be color in that match. Whose color it is, don't know. But most likely it's been Cody's. So I expect Rock to blade sometime over this weekend. It just looks like it's going to happen. But we all know the stipulation. If the Bloodline wins, it's Bloodline rules on Sunday night. If Cody and Seth win, there's no interference from anybody in, night two's main event. I fully anticipate Rock and Roman winning this, probably from outside interference from Solo, Jimmy, possibly Tama Tonga. I hope I'm saying it right. But Tama, he's coming to the show. We all know he's signed. So let's get the matches for night 2. Let me get those matches for night 2 for you guys. There we go. I'm going to post it in the comments. Night 2, we got the street fight match with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus Final Testament. And I anticipate that to be a huge brawl. Karrion Kross is a brawler. Bobby Lashley's a brawler. The Profits are probably going to do the high-profile things, but the AOP, they're monsters, bro. And it's nice to see Paul Ellering too back, because Paul Ellering is a legend in the world of professional wrestling, going back to his days as a pro wrestler till he had that knee injury that ended his career, and he became the manager of probably the greatest tag team. Too many of y'all are stuck in the modern ways of things or the Attitude Era things, but y'all don't realize the amount of domination through almost an entire decade that the Road Warriors possessed. They may be the greatest tag team ever in professional wrestling. They held during the time period where territories were everything. They were the only team that had the AWA Tag Team Championship, the NWA Tag Team Championship, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championship, and the WWF Tag Team Championships. They are a real decorated tag team, and they were one of the most dominating tag teams ever. And they had charisma off the charts. So having Ellering back and being with AOP helps give some credibility, and it adds an extra element. This match should be crazy. This is going to probably remind people of the Chicago street fight that the Road Warriors were involved with Ahmed Johnson against, the Nation of Domination back in '97. So it's almost eerily similar how some of these matches you can go back and see. You got LA Knight and AJ Styles. That should be a good match. The build-up to that has been good. I personally thought that LA Knight would be challenging for a championship, not the world title, but like an IC or US. But we didn't get that. I guess we may never get that, is starting to seem. But him versus AJ Styles. What else can you say about AJ Styles? He's just an amazing, amazing talent. He's just like the perfect package. I wish we could have watched him versus, Shawn Michaels in the heyday, or him versus Bret Hart. Like, those would have been amazing matches. I think this match is going to be more of like a brawl. I'm surprised it's not a no DQ match, which that astonishes me with the amount that's gone back and forth. How he cost him his spot in the Elimination Chamber, the chair shot, the whole nine. Like, it's just been brawling. He's popped up at AJ's house. They got into a skirmish today at a press conference. Like, I feel like that match should be a no DQ match, but I guess they don't want too many gimmick matches. So I think Knight should win that. I think LA Knight will probably win that, just like I think the Street Profits are going to win their match. Next, you got, remember, I don't know what order it is. I'm just going off this list. The Triple Threat United States Championship match with Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. I fully anticipate Paul retaining his championship. At this point in his career, Randy Orton needs no championships because he's perfectly fine the way he is. He's at that Roddy Piper stage where no belts are needed. He's over. And he could go on a 6-month losing streak and he'd still be over and none of us would believe it. So that match should be entertaining. Logan Paul has surprisingly been really, really good in the WWE. He's really taken, this craft, this profession seriously, and it shows. It truly does show. Kevin Owens, I love Kevin Owens. He's just there, and he's always going to be there. He's KO Mania 7. What can you say? I'm excited for him. I mean, last year they were the main event, him and Sammy versus the Usos. This year he's still in a big spot because this is a prominent match with a prominent social media star in it, in Logan Paul, and a damn first ballot Hall of Famer, Randy Orton. So this is going to be a massive match. I think this is going to be unbelievable. I think we're going to get a lot of good spots, a lot of near two count falls. I'm looking forward to it. This could be the match of the night. Like, this is a sneaky contender for being match of the night, this triple threat match for the United States Championship. The last last three matches are all for championship belts on this list. It's the World Heavyweight Championship of the WWE Women's Championship. Io Sky versus Bayley. Io Sky's run as champion has not been impressive. Don't come after me. I'm just saying. I'm just stating facts. It's been very lackluster to me. I think she's one of the weaker Money in the Bank winners. I fully anticipate Bayley winning the championship. I think it's interesting how they use the whole new booking system. Like, you could tell there's continuity with the storylines because the women don't forget about Bayley beating the hell out of her, and they're not helping her. So that's another thing that I like. So the odds are stacked against her. As long as Bayley don't come out with them stupid ass inflatable dolls and hugging all these people in that stupid song, leave her the way she is. If she stays face like she's face right now, let's keep her there. Let's make sure we don't change her up. And if she wins the championship, do not change her up. Don't go back to hugging Bayley. That's dead. It's gone. The World Heavyweight Championship match, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has basically had the feud with Seth Rollins for weeks now without, much interaction at times with Seth Rollins. And Drew's been killing it with his promos lately, especially the CM Punk funeral from last week. That was amazing. He's been the ultimate troll. He's been cutting nothing but good promos. I love the fact how he brought up the Cody, it's never a fair fight with the bloodline. You know how it's going to end. You're about to win. Interference, bloodline, spear, Superman punch, match is over. Like, I like how he's like evolved. And the crazy part is he still hasn't signed a new contract. I think he's another guy. Should he beat Rollins this Sunday night? Absolutely. But the problem is it's so obvious that we think that's what's about to happen. My personal prediction for this is that Seth Rollins will retain the championship, and immediately after a long, brutal, hard-fought match, not counting the fact that he just wrestled the night before in a brutal match. That's why I would not be surprised if the World Heavyweight Championship led off night 2, because it puts him tired, fatigued. But he's beaten McIntyre. He's slayed McIntyre. And then out comes Damian Priest with the briefcase. And boom, 1, 2, 3, Damian Priest is your new world's champion. That's how I think that should go out. Will it go down like that tomorrow? Probably not. I think it would be an amazing switcheroo because everybody's probably expecting McIntyre to win and then get cashed on by Priest. I think Seth winning and Priest cashing on in after he beat all those obstacles, but he still got smashed. Leads us to the main event, the rematch. 1 year in the making. 1 year ago, WrestleMania 39, Cody almost finished the story. Almost defeated Roman Reigns when he was about to hit his third crossroads. Till Solo Sikoa, right in the neck, spear, 1, 2, 3, and the reign continued for Roman Reigns. Within this year that has passed, Cody and Roman only had the night after WrestleMania where they were in the ring together, but that's when Brock went crazy, turned on Cody, whooped him good. No interaction after that. The only closest interaction after that was that SmackDown where Cody and Jay defended those undisputed tag team championships, and when they were leaving the ring, came face to face with Roman and Jimmy. And never forget, that was the closest we got of Cody staring at Roman. No physical, just the look. Like, I haven't forgotten. Then you had the interaction as soon as he won the Rumble, when he pointed to him and he told him, you are the one I'm choosing. You know, it's you. I'm going to finish the story when he started pointing at him. You know, you had that. And then you got your interactions because it's the build. But it's been perfectly built. It's been perfectly booked since then. In an era where too many people's attention spans are like that. That didn't make no sound. How about that? That's better. You know, there's been no... People are so used to boom, 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 let's get this... No, we have drawn out Cody Roman 2 for an entire year. That is unheard of in this modern era of wrestling. Because it's always quick, quick, quick. Nope, it's been drawn out, and it's been perfectly drawn out. Two separate brands is what makes it drawn out, what makes it better. So, think about that, how amazing that has gone to the point where we're getting it now. This match will be Bloodline Rules. I fully anticipate Rock and Roman winning night one. This will be Bloodline Rules. Cody Rhodes, I'm still unsure if it's 50. I have no... 75% of me says Roman Reigns is going to raise that one on Sunday night and continue his reign as the world champion, just so they can tie Hulk Hogan's record in September of Hogan's initial run from January of 84 to February of 88. I don't see the point in trying to tie or break that record. I don't. It's third best. It's not like you're going to keep the belt on him for 6 years, for another 2 more years to tie Backlund, or another 4 more years to tie Bruno. Bruno, those streaks are unattainable in my eyes. I don't see the purpose of breaking Hogan's record because you're still only third best reign. But that's where it looks like we're going. So 75% of me says that one is going to be raised. And somehow, some way, someone's going to screw Cody. Whether it be Jimmy, whether it be Solo, whether it's the final boss Rock, whether it's Tama Tonga debuting, whether it's Seth Rollins turning on him as well. Because Seth Rollins, I just see that happening as well. However, the other 25% of me that says Cody's going to win the WWE Championship Sunday night and Roman Reigns' streak help set up Cody versus Rock. Also, I also believe, this, if Cody wins, I've said this for weeks, amongst friends, amongst co-workers, that yes, the Rock turn is coming on Roman, but it's going to be Rock who's going to stay heel. I fully believe the bloodline will turn on Roman and Rock will remain in control of the bloodline, thus turning Roman face. Do I think you're getting the big dog character back? Absolutely not. The Roman you got now is the Roman you're going to have. The only difference is you're going to be cheering him more than booing him because he's going to keep doing the same thing that he does now. So that's one of my things that if Cody wins, that's what's going to happen, is that it's going to be Rock who turns on him, and that's going to be your feud. Rock's in this for a while. He's a member of the board. I believe in between his movies, he's going to build his storylines up. I expect 2 years of Rock content in the WWE. I really do think that's what you're going to get. If Cody wins, I believe Stone Cold Steve Austin will help him win. I've also been saying that for weeks. If Cody wins, that Steve Austin is going to appear. Because never forget what Rock said. There's nobody on this roster. There's nobody in this back that can stop me. Who is the only wrestler to beat in The Rock twice in the biggest stage of all? Stone Cold Steve Austin. Where did Rock and Steve Austin wrestle at WrestleMania? Philly, back in 99. All the signs are there. So if Cody wins, I fully anticipate. I even think Cena will help him. I think you're going to get WWE's version of the Avengers versus, what we have in the Bloodline, Thanos and the gang, and Cody's Captain America in the gang. And that's what we're going to get. So 75% of me is Roman Reigns leaving with that championship. 25% of me is Cody. If Roman wins, there's going to be a lot of butthurt people out there, boy. If Cody wins, the kids are going to be ecstatic. Kids love this guy. And it's not his, I don't mind the guy. I think he's come a long way. He's done things the hard way. He's gone from the bottom. He had a horrific gimmick in Stardust. The dashing Cody Rhodes. It's just been gimmick after gimmick. His run in AEW was good, but he was just acting too much like a too goody two shoes. The fans got sick of him. Here he is the perfect mix. He's got proper people that are booking him. He's great on the mic. He's a great talent. He's got a great look. So if he was to win the World Championship Sunday, this company's in good hands. And like my fellow podcast partner, Erash will say, but what then? Like, there's credible people on that roster that he can have great feuds with. You just got to book it right. And I'm going to trust Vince. Woo! The unmentionable name. I'm going to trust Triple H. I really am. Because I think Triple H, he's really getting in a groove. He's had his hit and misses. Like, I look at Austin Theory. He's completely missed on Theory. I kind of think Theory is just caught in the crosshairs, and he's paying the price for all the crap Vince did to NXT when Hunter was out with his medical condition. And we all know Theory was Vince's baby project, and I think he's just burying him just in spite. And I'm hopefully it'll end soon. He's given Austin Theory the Hunter Hearst Helmsley treatment from '96. Yeah, overall, I think the card should be good. WrestleMania 40 should be an exciting weekend. I think, we're looking at some of the best and brightest young superstars we got. We got compelling storylines. I'm hoping, I hope everybody's going to be satisfied with Mania this weekend. And I'll see you guys this Wednesday night for All the Money Sports on its regular day. Until then, guys, enjoy Mania weekend. Enjoy the NCAA tournaments going on, baseball, basketball, the whole nine. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll see you guys Wednesday night.